Like this video to support. Join our YouTube family now and never miss out on epic content, entertainment, and surprises. Hit that subscribe button. Let's start. Spoiler alert.
The film begins in Port-au-Prince, where photographer Victor Fielding takes photograph while on vacation with his pregnant wife Serene. She meets with a voodoo priestess who conducts a ceremony to bless Serene's kid. The city then experiences an earthquake. Serene tries to flee her building but is severely injured by falling rubble before Victor discovers her. Before losing consciousness, she begs Victor to safeguard their kid. Doctors at the hospital tell Victor that attempting to save Serene may result in the baby's death. He is forced to decide who to save. 13 years later, Victor resides in Georgia with his daughter Angela, who maintains photos of her mother. Victor has lost confidence in the god as a result of the loss of Serene. On the way to the school, Victor chastises Angela for wearing her mother's scarf. She attends school with her buddy Katherine. During the class, they make arrangements with another student, then Shah, to go out in the woods after school, but it only ends up being Angela and Katherine. Meanwhile, Victor, at his work, photographs a family. He notices strange images on his laptop, such as wailing infant and twisted family photos. Victor calls Katherine's house after Angela informed him she was going to study there, but Katherine's mother Miranda says that the girls are heading to the Shanas. They contact the Shana's mother, learn that the girls are intending to walk into the woods. Victor accompanies Miranda and Katherine's father Tony on the hike into the woods, where they discover the girls' bags and Victor finds Angela's shoes in the river. The parents then inform police, who launch a hunt for the girls. During the hunt for the girls, Victor is visited by worried neighbors who offer assistance, but he declines. While visiting a shelter, another guy makes a crude comment about Angela's location, prompting Victor to flip a table, nearly start a fight. A young guy and his father discover Angela and Katherine hidden in the barn cellar, and the girls are rushed to the hospital. The feet are red, blistering, and the skin seems scraped. Their conduct also appears bewildered. Victor brings Angela home, where she tells him that she and the other girls performed a game in the woods where they attempt to reach Serene's ghost, which resulted in their falling into the hole, being lost. Angela begins to display unusual behavior, such as speaking to an invisible entity and tampering with the lights. When Victor attempts to draw a bath for her, the water turns black and Angela looks to have torn off a toenail. Victor goes hunting for her and Angela attempts to put someone's scarf around his face. Victor then returns Angela to his hospital. Miranda and Tony accompany Katherine and her younger siblings to the Baptist church. While the priest expresses gratitude to the god for Katherine's homecoming, she appears weary and exhausted. She goes away and then returns when the crowd takes commotion while covered in blood, and she starts yelling the body and blood until her parents arrive to restrain her. Miranda and Tony end up leaving her sick at home. Angela's nurse Anne visits her in the room, and Angela begins to tell her about the kid's background as well as the name of the kid before bleeding violently from below. Anne visits Victor's house and tells her that she used to practice to become a nun until she became pregnant out of the wedlock and had the baby aborted, which she never informed anybody else than Angela. Anne offers Victor a book by Chris MacNeil, who recounted her experience when her daughter Regan became possessed. Victor studies Chris's book and watches interviews with her before approaching her directly, and he finds her at her house, where she lives alone. Claiming that Regan cut off the touch with her after she completed her book, Victor describes his problem to Chris, who had spent the previous 3 decades researching different religions' exorcism procedures. Victor takes Chris to the hospital to see Angela. Chris believes it in the same demon who possessed Regan, especially because the possessed Angela informs Chris that the Regan awaits her in hell. Then they proceed to Katherine's house, where Chris meets the girl and hears the same tales about Regan. When Chris goes to close while attempting to remove the devil from Katherine's body, the possessed Katherine snatches a crucifix and gouges out her eyeballs, binding her. She is brought to the hospital and the Victor apologizes for what happened to her, but Chris does not seem to regret attempting to assist. After Chris is hospitalized and consults with the friend Father Maddox, who then seeks clearance from the Catholic Church to execute an exorcism, Katherine's parents resort to their personal friend and preacher Don Rivans. Meanwhile, Victor goes to the Serene Storm and meets Dr. Beehive, a hoodoo practitioner, so he enlists her aid as well. Stuart, a Pentecostal pastor, has also joined them. Maddox is informed that the church did not allow the exorcism, owing to the potential of someone being killed. Victor, Miranda, and Tony collect the group as they bring Angela and Katherine together in the same house, securing them to chairs fastened to the floor and create a ring around them. They conduct a ceremony to exorcise the family themselves. During the ceremony, the demon Lamashtu talks via Angela, revealing that the victor had initially chosen to save Serene over Angela, and Angela's true voice emerges to shout at her father for his decision. Lamashtu then announces one girl will live and the other will die, forcing the parents to pick one and who dies. Maddox then returns, thus saying screw it to the church, and begins to execute his own exorcism. The devil then spins the girl's skull, causing Maddox's own head to rotate 180 degrees before collapsing dead. Victor then tries to reach out Angela, apologizing for his decision and even Serene's craft to bring the true Angela out. Tony then announces that he has chosen Katherine to be saved, and Angela's corpse floats upward as she reorganizates acidic blue onto the ceiling before falling. Her heart rate dropping, Victor weeps as he hugs his daughter, and Katherine looks to be alive for a split second before going limp. Our ghost emerges at the same time location where the girl's wounds up the world. Lamashtu pulls Katherine's spirit to hell since the chosen one is the one who must die. Angela awakens while Miranda and Tony grieve over Katherine's body. Angela eventually returns to her usual life and her relationship with the victor improves. Miranda, Tony are left to grieve Katherine as Victor returns to Serene's grave and delivers the police a statement. In grave, she reinforces her beliefs. Chris finally hears someone visiting her in the hospital. It's Regan returning to see her mother.
Please make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe to our channel. Check out the other videos if you watched this video all the way through. Cheers.